Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network.
'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UENradio.com.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Here we are, another installment of Hanging Out with Claude McKnight. I am Claude McKnight. I'm your host. I'm that guy, and we're going to just talk about all kinds of things as you hang out with me here on the airways. And airwaves? Airways? What is that? Airways. Anyway, so we're going to have a good time. We've got an interview with my man Fred Hammond today. Most of you probably know who Fred Hammond is. Wonderful man of God, musician, writer, producer, funny man, all kinds of good stuff. Once upon a time, even basketball player, because we're going to talk a little bit about all of those things. So we'll do that at about 10 minutes past the hour. Before then, though, I just want to kind of tell you about my week, what's been going on, all that kind of good stuff. That's how I generally start things out. I try to be as transparent as possible because that's what we do here. You know, we're not just giving you dribble. We're, drivel. What's going up with my words today? That's John laughing in the background.
Hello. I'm back today.
John is back today. In fact, John just showed me a picture of his face and why he wasn't with us a week ago.
Yes.
And, we didn't need that here in the studio. No, none of that, John. Good
well,
to
it wasn't
see
like
you.
I was in a fight or anything. It
Well, it looked like it,
happened
though.
naturally.
It happened. You know what? You should change that story.
Yeah.
You should say, I was in a fight.
Oh, yeah?
I was, defending someone's honor. And
At a wedding.
someone sucker punched you.
Right.
And you beat them down.
Well, I spoke up and said, when they say, is there any reason these two should not be joined in matrimony? I was like,
There you
yes!
go.
No,
Wow.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, and then the minister decked you.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right. So
You
you're
know
doing
how much
well?
money
though?
we spent on this wedding? No.
Oh, man. You doing okay now, though?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing way, way better.
Okay, it was good to see you.
Good to see
all
you.
That good stuff.
Yes.
Good to be seen. Better seen than viewed,
Mm-hmm.
as my Uncle Cleo would say. Cleo Willis, in case he's, out there checking this out. So this past week, well, let me start right now. My body is killing me. And, I'm Mr. Fit at 52. I post that on everything, on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere else. But I'm not going to lie. I played basketball yesterday morning, being Saturday morning, and I played too much. We won 5 games of the 6 we played. So while you're playing and you're winning, you don't hurt. It's just afterwards. And what I tend to do is, you get done, you sit down. That's the wrong thing to do, John. You get to be my age, never sit down when you're done. Never. You have to keep walking it off.
All right.
Stretch. Do something. Have somebody massage you while you're walking.
Work out that lactic acid or something.
Man, work out that old tic acid. It was terrible. So now I'm sitting down while they're still playing the next game. And I'm realizing, man, it's going to be really tough getting up. And so I finally got up, and then I limped my way out of the gym. But, it's cool. Here's the thing. When you're a ball player, all ball players, when they're done, they kind of limp away. It's kind of that cool walk, or at least I think it's a cool walk. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just an old man walk. But that's what I had all day yesterday, all night last night, right now. In fact, I was watching myself as I was walking into the building. I was like, man, you need to straighten up. People are going to think something's wrong with you. And, my right ankle hurts. And the other thing is, it's not just the new stuff that hurts you. It's not like you pulled something that day or you tripped over something or whatever it is. Now with me, it's those injuries that I had 20 years ago that keep, every once in a while rearing their ugly head.
Right.
Man, I sprained my ankle 25 years ago, and I'll be doggone.
Still having those phantom pains?
Oh, phantom. Come on, John. What's
no,
gonna be
Elaine says, did you drink your H2O? Your mom's asking.
Yes, Mom.
And Tony said, I don't limp, I crawl.
So. Well, see, I don't know if it would have been cool for me to crawl out of the gym. That would have been really jacked up. Although I could have had somebody film me, and I could have been on the show today. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. But yeah, I'm going to be okay. You know, I'm drinking my Zija. You know, I have to push that every week.
I didn't even go there. I was going to ask, but I'll let you do it.
Yeah. Without my Zija, I may not have played at all.
Okay.
You know, I'd still be in the bed trying to do my show from bed.
Mm.
It'd be a whole different kind of show. Hanging in with Claude McKnight? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Under the sheets with Claude McKnight?
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, that's, yeah, we can't have that. We can't have that, ladies and gentlemen.
Not with your mom in the room. She's
Although mom, you know what she would say? Love you.
Uh-huh.
Great show today, Under the Sheets. Love you. I'll talk to you later about that. So, yeah. So, it's been interesting. I've been getting my groove back since we got back from Vegas, and just getting back into the workout flow in my regular gym, and driving around, riding my motorcycle around, and all of that. And it's interesting because now I'm ready to go back out and work. You know, I can only be off for about a week and 2 days or so. Week and 3 days, that's too much, man.
Yeah.
2 days, that's it. Week and 2 days, that's 9 days, right?
Well, yeah.
According to my math.
Well, it's 7 plus 2. Yeah.
That's always been 9, right? Okay, thanks, John. Sometimes I need some help. Sometimes that goes.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, because sometimes a work week's 5 days, so you have to, or
well, unless you're, a musician or whatever, and all those days
then
are work
it's
days.
every day.
Every
Yes.
day.
Working on your craft.
Yeah, got to do it. Got to do it.
Yeah.
Could I work every day? Could I have shows every day? Yeah, I could.
Vocal longevity.
I could. Speaking of shows, I went to my brother's show the other night. Brian
I
McKnight.
heard.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Yes.
My dude. It's funny because I posted about it later on, and I basically said that I'm always nervous when I'm watching him perform. And I think some people didn't realize that I'm not nervous, as to whether or not he's going to do well or whatever. It's just that family thing where you're like, that's my boy up there. And you feel this ownership over the young man.
That empathic connection.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was a great show. He did some songs that I hadn't heard him do live in either a long time or at all. I'm like, where'd this song come from?
Right.
And also he did it with his full band, which I hadn't seen in a while.
I loved how he brought in the audience interaction because he did One Last Cry, and then he stopped at certain parts and wanted to hear them sing. And I love when people do that.
And it's a cool thing because a lot of his fans know all of the lyrics to his songs. Of
course.
So they're just singing along and best as they can. God bless their voices.
Yeah.
Make a joyful noise.
Right.
And I love the part where he says, pretty much giving it up to the fellas, saying, I know you were dragged out here by your girlfriend.
Oh.
And they're all like, yeah, you're right. You're right. So it was a good time. It was packed, and Fantasia was there. She did her thing.
Love Fantasia.
And so, yeah, it was cool to see him because I hadn't seen him in a while.
Did they do any duets together?
No. In fact, Brian did his thing, and he was out.
Wow.
He was out, man.
I could see them doing Love Is together.
I can see that, too.
Yeah.
I may have to mention that.
Yeah.
And then film Brian's response and then put that on the show.
Okay.
Tell him, hey, man, I'm going to be kosher about this.
I actually recorded Love Is one time. I did both the female and the male part.
Come on, John.
I did. I'll play it for you sometime.
Do you have video of this?
Not the video, but I have me singing
If there's no
it.
video, man, there's
Oh,
no
it doesn't
proof.
matter? Oh, okay.
No, it could be somebody else.
The thing is, I have a thing where I like to be heard but not seen.
Oh.
Obviously, because I don't have a camera on me now, right? So
Should we put a camera on you?
No.
Come on, John, you're a good-looking dude,
No,
man. Come
no.
on, man.
But that's the thing. I got to get over that. But that is what I do. And so, and I'm old school. So even though I'm an engineer, if I mess up on a song, I don't punch. I go back and restart the whole thing.
Oh,
And
I
do
like
it all
that.
over because the continuity and everything. Yeah.
Absolutely. My brother records like that a lot as well.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can call it live because it is.
You can. That's right. It's only the 58th take.
Yeah, right. Not always, but yeah. Sometimes.
Well, for me. Because remember, I can't sing that well.
Yes, you can.
According to my Instagram.
Oh, not
Come
her
on, we're going
again.
back to that.
Not her again.
Well, I'm scarred, man.
No, we're
I'm
bringing in the
scarred.
psychologist on one of these shows.
I know, right? For those of you who don't know, weeks and weeks ago, someone on Instagram commented on one of my carspiration videos. She was like, "You really can't sing," and I was scarred. I was hurt. I wasn't really hurt. I mean, it was kind of funny.
She was doing it just to troll to get some reaction.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
So if I cussed her out or whatever, then she would have posted that somewhere and been like, "This dude from
knows?
Take 6,
You
the gospel
probably-
singer."
You probably weren't paying her enough attention, so that's why she came back with that. Just
I
to
think
get
it was
your
somebody in my
attention.
family. I think
Oh,
that's what
really? Oh, no.
No. I'm totally kidding. Nobody in my family would do that.
Mm-mm.
No, maybe it's my dad. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about that relationship. No, I'm kidding, people. I'm
Right.
kidding. I'm a jokester. I'm working on my routine right now, in front of you. I'm making it up.
It's
you know,
working. I'm laughing.
Yeah. Here
I'm
we go.
sure the audience is too.
Mm-hmm. So that was kind of my week. Hopefully when I leave here later on, I'm gonna ride my Harley. It's
All
a
right.
beautiful, beautiful day. Not in this natty sweater, though. You know, I'm gonna put on some
It's a nice color.
Harley. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. Some people think it's Kentucky blue, and it's not.
Hmm.
It's not. What color would you say this is, John?
It's almost like a royal blue, maybe.
Royal blue?
Yeah, it looks like a
Okay.
purplish blue to me.
Purplish blue.
Yeah.
See, that's what I would say, purplish
Yeah.
blue.
So I
But if
call
I said
royalty is
that-
purple, so I call royal. Purple.
I am kind of royal.
There you
I
go.
am the third.
You're on the throne.
That's right, on the throne. Claude McKnight the third on the
third.
throne.
Yes.
Although in my house we call the throne something else.
Yeah.
But we won't go into that.
That
That's a whole
passed my
nother show
mind
as well.
too, yeah.
Whole nother
Right.
show.
Right.
So what we're going to do here, it's about 12 minutes past the hour. Got this wonderful interview that I did with Fred Hammond via Skype yesterday. He was in Atlanta, I believe. So let's cue that up, and we'll play the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Hammond. How long have you been riding that?
I've had that one. I had a Road King for about 2 years, and I came from them fast bikes because
Right.
I told Brian all the time, I said, man, I'm getting away from that foolishness, man. I'm out. I'm out, man. So I got to Texas, man, and I went cruiser on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and bought a 108 at a Suzuki so I could keep a little speed, and then I got tired of that, and then I got on this, my Road King my Street Glide I've had for about probably 3-4 years now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I love it. I'll never have a bike without music again.
Hey, you know what? For a while, I was like, you know what? I'm cool without it because I feel kind of like one with the road, all that kind of junk.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Nah, Doc. I'm one with the road and the music.
There you go.
It's a whole nother level, man. I love it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to talk to you for a couple minutes. Just about a couple of things. The name of the show is Hanging Out with Claude McKnight. So that's what we got going on. And so I've been really blessed for about 2.5 months now to have this thing. And I've interviewed everybody from Al Jarreau to Marcus Miller and Mervyn Warren, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, man.
Dig. That must have been good.
Yeah. So most of the time, you know, it's Sunday afternoon, and I go into the studio. So we're going to do this. You hanging out with me while you're on the road. So
yeah.
There you go. Where are you right now? What's going on with you?
Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, man.
Show tonight?
Show tonight. Looking right across the street at the Cobb Energy Center.
Uh-huh.
And it's good. Loving it.
So which iteration of Fred Hammond? Because, dude, you know, over the years, you've had 75 different groups and choirs and all manner of stuff, solo. So who's performing tonight?
Tonight is just the Fred with the background, you know, and it's me and Donnie, so we're collabed with our backgrounds, you know. So it's normally he carries 3 and I carry 3, but we got 8 with us tonight.
Nice.
You know, we added a couple extra, and we mixed the bands because he and I are on show on the set together. 90% of the show is just me and him together, singing each other's songs and stuff like that.
So
it's
it's a whole collaborative effort.
Oh yeah. It's not like he comes out and I come out. It's the bomb, man. It's like, we get a chance to hang out. He takes a portion of it, and I'll do his backgrounds, and I'll take a portion of it. He sings my backgrounds, and he sings portions of my lead, and I'll sing stuff on his songs. It's great.
I love that. I love that. And a lot more people putting those kind of packages together, because, you can hear people's records, you expect this, you expect that. But when you go to a concert and you have something that you can only get at the concert, that's brilliant, man.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's good. It works for us. We both know that that's what we wanted to do, and it's the bomb, man. We have a ball. He's kind of the preacher. I'm the poet. He puts the fire in there, and I put this little thing, this comedy thing or whatever in there, and it just works.
Oh, so you're a comedian now? That's what you're doing.
I've always been funny.
Wait a minute. When someone tells you I've always been funny, come on, Fred.
The difference is, see, I'm not trying to be a comedian.
Right. You just Fred.
I'm just
Fred. You just Fred.
Fred, that's right. People don't know I love to laugh. I love to hang out. And, people that hang around me will tell people, man, Fred is crazy, But when I get a chance to be on stage, I made a decision a long time ago, Claude, that, even from commission days, my latter days and commission days, that, I didn't have that preacher thing, that thing that said, listen, God is in the blessing business. I didn't have that. I can do it, but it's not naturally. And I felt like I would just be myself and talk to people. And I'd have these stories and these little anecdotes and, boom. And
that's kind of the guy that I am. I'm in Take 6 as well, because Joey Kibble, he can preach all day long. That's who he is. That's, in his DNA. So I can't get up there and do that either. So I have to be Claude McKnight. Otherwise, it's not real.
And life is funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go write a joke. And so I'm going to say this. No, if I just talk about it, and life is funny, and people chuckle, so I'm the funny one.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to have to check that show out. Are you coming to L.A. or have you already been to L.A.? I'll just check. I'll check the website.
We are working on a West Coast leg.
Okay.
This is today would be, so by the time you record this, we'll be in, or by the time you play this, we'll be in Greensboro.
Okay.
And Atlanta would have been last night, and that will be show number 31. Today is show 30.
Okay.
And since September the 16th, we've been out.
Wow.
So 32 cities in these many days. So we're looking to come to the West Coast.
Okay.
Probably in early 15, so we're setting that up. So
I'll be checking it out, brother.
Yeah.
And I'll be waiting for your jokes.
Yes, sir, man.
So a lot of people
might chuckle a little bit. You might be, you might give me a little.
Well, see, I know you're funny because we go back at least 25 years or so.
At least, man, at least.
When we
was doing the
we were both much younger.
Absolutely, man. Your girl was managing you. Who was your girl?
That was Gail Hamilton at the time.
Gail Hamilton, man, and you guys were always gracious to us, man. Making sure that we were a part of the stuff you were doing, and commission. We was just kind of doing stuff. We was trying to figure it out. But you always were very gracious to us, man, and we just kept that brotherhood, man. That was great.
Hey, man, that's the way it's supposed to be, and you know that. You give, it comes back.
Absolutely, man.
And relationships.
I'm so proud that you guys are doing it still, man. You guys are still doing it, man, and I'm very proud of it. Christian came to the concert in Orlando.
Yep.
Yeah, in Orlando. So we hung out a little bit, and he and I stay in touch, but I'm always glad to see or hear you guys doing great, man. It's wonderful. I missed you in Vegas, though. Vegas.
It was crazy. We had a great time. It was very different for us, so it was a learning experience. We were there for a solid month, 5 nights a week, actually doing music that we don't normally do, but it was a wonderful time. We were with Kirk Whalum. We were with Clint Holmes, who's a Vegas regular, and then a wonderful jazz singer named Nina Freelon. So, we're all, each night we're trying to raise each other's game as far as the musicality and stuff. We were having worship services and all manner of stuff that just allowed us all to get closer. So it was beautiful, man.
Well, let me ask you this. Y'all going back? Y'all got another chance to do that again?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do the show actually throughout 2015 and 16 in performing arts centers all around the country. In fact, on November 7th, we're in Miami doing the show. Yeah, so we're going to be doing it. You know, it's the music of Ray Charles.
Well, I'm gonna catch you. I'm definitely gonna catch you guys somewhere. For real.
Cool. Now, Fred, my listeners need to know that we actually played basketball a couple times together back in the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't play no more, but we used to play all the time. Take 6, y'all was balling for real. We were playing. Now we could play,
right?
But you know, I think we just really older than you guys. You know, we were
just a little bit.
Man, I mean, but you know, we loved it because one I remember is you invited us to the game when you guys were recording Stevie Wonder for the Handel's Messiah.
Handel's Messiah, that's right.
And you guys, it was us and you, Commission and a couple others against Belle Biv DeVoe, New Edition, and some others. Man, we had a ball. Jonathan Slocum was on our squad. And, man, it was great. It was great.
Crazy. Yeah, that was a good time. Good time.
Yeah,
and
great.
I'm not going to say that I remember who won because, you know, those kinds of things I don't remember anymore. I just remember.
Yeah. It's not important.
That's right.
We're all winners.
We're all winners, brother.
That's usually what we say when we lost.
Right.
You know, but we're all winners. Everybody's a winner.
Tell me really quickly about "I Will Trust."
Man, I will trust. A lot of people have followed me since January 3rd. Man, I went. I underwent double knee replacement surgery, man, and I'm just now getting back to 60%. But during that first 4 months, man, I was at 5%. You know, I could not walk. Wow. It was excruciating to do anything. And man, I honestly, I didn't want to do it, man. I didn't want to get the surgery, but I couldn't go any further, Claude. It was my knees and my legs were failing me. I had my thighs had atrophied. They were smaller than my calves. You know, and I was losing a lot of strength. I had lost my strength actually, and I didn't want to do it because, man, my father had the same surgery on one knee, and he died 5 days later, and so I was always fearful of that.
Right.
And Christians, we always like to act like, you know, oh no, I just don't feel it in my spirit. I'm trusting God for healing, and you know, we say all that stuff, but it's usually fear-based somewhere if we're really honest. And I just went on ahead and said, I can't do it anymore. I got to get them both done. And let's just do it. And it is what it is because I can't take the pain. Yeah. And I'd rather see what's on the other side. And sure enough, man, I did it. I'm at 60%. But that song, I wrote it at my lowest point because I kept saying, I'm trusting you, Lord. I'm trusting you. I would lay in the bed, man, with tears, and I would raise my hands. I said, I trust you, Lord. I trust you, Lord. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run in it, and they're safe. And I would say that over and over again as the enemy talked to me, as my own mind would say, hey, man, are you really, you know, my own mind would challenge my own faith. So that song was just birthed out of that, and it's simple. It doesn't have a lot of verses to it or nothing. It just said what I said over and over again. I will trust in the name. You know, I will trust.
Man, that's beautiful because you see what can happen and what comes out organically of your spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can make a positive out of anything. The Lord can work through anything.
Absolutely.
You know? And so you know that, I know that, and I'm glad you shared that story with me, brother. You know, I didn't know.
It was rough, Claude. I mean, I'm telling you, it was rough. You know, I slipped into depression. I could not hear the voice of the Lord. God got silent on me, and it was just me to my thoughts and my pain. And I had to learn how to walk all over again. Somebody had to take me to the bathroom. I'm 53, man. I'm still a young guy, and I'm learning how to walk all over again. But now, because of that, I kept my spirits up as best I could. And as I saw strength coming back into my legs, I began to get my faith began to grow. And but that song was key. And now it's helping so many people who are going through. Man, I get Facebooks and tweets, you know, saying, man, I'm going through my 7th round of chemo. You know, I've got lupus. You know, my mom is going through her rounds of chemo, and it's blessing us, man. And so out of the pain I shared, it's blessing somebody else. And that's what we do. That's why we do what we do.
There you go. There you go. That's beautiful, man. I don't want to take a whole lot more of your time, but I'm so glad to have spent some time with you. We tried to get this together for the last few days, your schedule, my schedule, and just life in general. So I really thank you, brother, for hanging out with me. I know you got a show tonight. I know you're going to have a wonderful time. You're going to bless some people there in the area. Tell Don even said, hey, my brother Brian says, hey, because I was with him last night at his show. Told him I was going to be interviewing you, so it's big ups to you, man.
Good. Well, man, I follow you guys on Twitter. And when I saw it, I was like, man, I got to hit my man. You got to hit my man. I'm so glad to see us. We're at that age, Claude, where when we see each other, man, we're more glad.
Yes.
And then because we're still around.
Yes.
And God's blessing. A lot of our friends and family, brothers, have gone on.
Yes.
So it's definitely, a privilege. So when I saw it, I was happy. I said, I got to hit my man up. What's up? Whenever I see Brian and it come across his feed, I'm hitting him. So, and anybody from Take Six, I'm like, tell everybody, all the guys, I love them. I got much mad love for them and look to see you guys. I'm going to come to one of your shows and hang out. And y'all give me a mic or something, and I'll stand in the back and do what.
Hey, you won't be standing in the back. You can come out on the stage.
All right, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Love you, man. And we will check you out later. You've been hanging out with Claude McKnight and Fred Hammond.
That's right.
All right,
That's
brother.
my man.
Cool. Later, my man.
All right, boss.
All right.
All right.
So yeah. That was my interview with the mighty Fred Hammond, great friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. If you just check that interview out, you realized maybe some things that you hadn't known about Fred. In fact, I didn't know, as long as I've known him, that he just had this double knee replacement thing happen, and a wonderful song came out of that and everything. And I had known his love for motorcycles, so obviously we talked a little bit about that and everything. And he was a horrible basketball player back in the day. I'm just saying that right now. Fred, if you're listening, I'm sorry, man. Love you to death. I'm totally kidding. It was all about having fun. And so, the celebrity game that we played in was really cool. We had Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh, yeah.
We had the other guys from New Edition and a bunch of other people. And we lost.
Oh.
We lost. I'm going to say that, now.
You're admitting that?
I'm admitting that. I'm not going to say it was Fred's fault or anything, but we lost. But it was a great cause, and everybody had a good time. And it was a long time ago. We wouldn't lose now.
Mm-hmm.
Not now, John.
Not now.
Except, my body is hurting. We might lose.
I didn't say anything.
So, we're going to go to the chat room. Let's see if anybody wants to talk about that interview. If there's any questions, anything. Mom, throw a question out there. Anything that you heard in that interview or would like to ask that we didn't share or didn't put on the air or whatever. If not, I'm going to go to the next subject. But I think there should be plenty to talk about with Fred Hammond. Come on. What do we have, people? What do we have?
Well, so far they're just commenting, saying it was a great interview, wonderful interview. There is a question. It's coming from Osman. He'd like to know, my question has nothing to do with the interview, but I'd like to know if Claude brought his keyboard.
Osman, are you putting me on blast, buddy? I guess you know what I did say, that I wanted to hold myself accountable. Now let me go back so that people who don't know what this is about. I really do not play the piano. I know music theory backwards and forwards. I started this group Take Six. I can tell you what to play. I know the chords and everything, but for whatever reason, I've never really sat down and taught my fingers what my brain knows.
Okay.
And I've used that as a crutch for a long time. Well, I know what's going on. I'll figure it out one day. And so every year I have these New Year's resolutions about, I'm going to learn how to play the piano this year. And then, years go by, and 5 years and 10 years and all of that. And so what I did when I was in Vegas is I bought a little keyboard, and I decided, since we're in one place for all of this time, I'm going to just go ahead and start practicing.
Do some tutorials or something?
Yeah. And that kind of was brought on from my younger daughter, Issa, who takes piano lessons, but she also learns to play the songs that she loves right there from YouTube.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's no reason at all in the world why I can't do this.
Right.
So I started doing it, but it didn't happen right away.
Okay.
I had to force myself into it. I had to trick myself into actually practicing. Now, what I mean by that is sometimes for me, if something isn't natural or it's not something that I'm really comfortable at doing, I have to find ways to almost trick my brain into doing it. Because I walked by the keyboard in my room in Vegas for a week before I started to touch it, which was really weird. So what I did was I put the keyboard in the bed.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
So that first night, this keyboard is laying in the bed. I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to have to do something with this, either move it or start playing it.
Yeah.
So that's how I started actually practicing the keyboard. Now, back to Osmond's question.
Yeah.
I didn't bring the keyboard today because I was slacking a bit this week. Now, I posted earlier in the week 251, 251, 251, 3651, and those are the different chord progressions within each key. So I was practicing some. But I didn't bring the keyboard today, so shame on me. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to bring the keyboard, and I'm going to slough through it.
Do you ever just play the black keys?
Well, sure. I mean, because the black keys...
Everything is in harmony, right? Yes. Isn't it awesome?
That's funny.
I do that, and people think, oh, my God, you're such a great piano player. And I'm like, I'm just playing the black keys.
Just playing the black keys.
But I've always wanted to learn piano, so I'm with you there. Yeah.
So when you say you've always wanted to learn, do you want to take lessons, or what is it you want to do?
You know, I've seen people learn through chords and through just playing by ear and, intuitively or however you want to say. And now they have different ways of learning that are much quicker than the real disciplined ways back in the day, right? So
where you're running scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's stopping me. I should just do it because I came out wanting to do that as a kid, singing with Elton John and all that and just like acting like I'm playing the piano while I'm singing. So I know it's been in me for a long time. It's just a matter of learning.
So maybe you have that weird gene that I have where you just, in your mind, you're like, I want to do it. But, I don't know what it is for me. I don't know if it's some kind of fear thing that I'm going to suck for a long time before I'm really good at it. I almost wish I didn't know as much about music. And then that way I'd be more of a blank canvas.
Yeah, maybe if you can get into like a meditative state or something like
meditative
that before playing.
State. Hold on, let me...
You know what I mean? Yeah, like just calm and then just go in and just start playing whatever you feel like driven to, maybe with your eyes closed.
With my eyes,
yeah.
So then my fingers would just go anywhere?
Yeah, wherever.
Eyes closed.
Yeah, that's why I say stay on the black keys, then you're not hitting those clunkers, right? And then you just get a feel and then you just slide into it.
Okay. So Osmond, that's my answer for right now, but keep asking that question.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to send me messages during the week, I was saying, hey man, bring the, just reminders, bring the keyboard. I'm keeping you accountable.
There you go.
I'm cool with that, Oz.
Yeah.
Only you though, bro, because I don't want a whole bunch of people sending me messages. Where's the keyboard? What are you gonna do with the keyboard?
I love it.
So.
Well, Elaine's saying, I wish Fred had told you about the physicians who actually did his surgery. Young men he had help him some years ago gave, I said free, him the surgery as a thank you. And then that song, Blessings. That's what she says. I'm just...
Really?
Yeah.
So my mom said all of that?
Yeah, in the chat room.
I have no clue what any of that
Wish
meant.
Fred had told you about the physicians who actually did his surgery. Young men he had helped some years ago gave, and then she puts in parentheses, I said free, him the surgery as a thank you, and then that song, Blessings.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So there you go. So apparently a physician gifted him the surgery? Is that what she's saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is my mom going on record saying
Well,
that? Is this a TMZ moment?
Well, there you go. And
Mom's got all the info?
there you go. She should call in.
She should.
She should call in.
She should. Mom, you know what? My mom, growing up, my mom knew everything. She knew all the stuff that nobody else knew, or at least she made us think that. Even if she had to make it up or whatever.
Well, she goes on to say, should I say more in the chat room? She says, my children used to hate the fact that I'm a prolific reader, news, books, articles, etc.
We didn't hate that.
But I also like to keep trivia such as this to use to bless others.
To bless others. So she had to use that word. So now I gotta stand down because she's blessing others. You know what, Mom? You're really good.
I was going to get her to call in and just say it. So,
Mom is good.
Yeah, she
Love
is.
you, Mom. And Mom is always in the chat room.
She is.
She finds a way.
Yeah,
she
she
finds a way. We've been
does.
trying to kick her out. She always
No.
comes back into the chat room. Mom, glad you're here. So yeah. So I guess no more questions about the Fred Hammond interview.
No, they have questions for Fred, but
Fred.
he's not here. So.
I can answer them as Fred.
Oh, well.
Would they like
Nicole,
that?
if you want to ask some questions via proxy.
I speak Fred Hammond.
There you go. So, yeah. And then Nicole says, I'm scaring her with this meditation, so I don't know what that meant, but I'm asking her.
right.
So, yeah, we'll try to, if you guys are in the chat room, we're going to call you out. And
That's
and,
right.
And thank you for being with us.
If you write it, we're going to say it.
Yeah.
So now everybody knows that you're afraid of this, and Mom is working for TMZ and just all of that. So all good, all good. I was very surprised when Fred was talking about the knee surgery that he was at like 5%, as far as his strength. And now he's about at 60, and how low he went on that. I mean, that's, ooh, I know my knees hurt sometimes. I am Mr. Fit at 52, but I can't imagine what that feels like. Your knees are everything, man.
Did you hook him up with your
with some Zija?
Zija?
I should have.
You should.
I missed the golden opportunity.
There you go.
Fred, I'm gonna
Hook him
text
up
you,
with some
buddy.
Zija.
You know what? I'm gonna text him my link right now
There
because
you
I
go.
am a Zija representative.
There you go.
And he's gonna be slam dunking.
I got to remember that. Zija.
Zija.
Okay.
Zija.
All right. Now, George has a challenge for you. He goes, he goes, okay, you tell us about your b-ball prowess. So he wants you to actually dunk 10 balls within 90 seconds. You got to film and post it. Then the devoted fans will be willing to donate between 10 and 25 to your favorite charity, not to be confused with the Claude McKnight Retirement Fund.
George, first of all, let's.
And I just read it. I don't censor it. So.
Let's break this down right quick, my friend. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be dunking again unless it's Dunkin' Donuts somewhere, okay?
We'll give him a springboard, George.
Yeah, exactly. Or we lower the goal from 10 feet to about 8, and then we can do that. If you allow me to lower the rim, I will take up this challenge. Now, I can get close. I was a dunking machine back in the day, but back in the day was 25-plus years ago. I mean, like 30 years ago. But not now. Come on, George. But thank you. I mean, I'm glad you think that maybe I could do it. No, man, I can't dunk. But you know what? Maybe I will at least film me trying.
You trying? All right.
That might be funny.
Well, your mom says, "Did you remember you were at my knee surgery?"
Yes. Oh, do I remember? Come on. The funny thing about my mom is they gave her a knee replacement. She really, really needed it. The next day, they had her up walking. My mom walks herself to the bathroom the next day.
Wow.
And we're all sitting there like, Mom, oh, you want to wait for the orderly? Mom, what's going on? She was like, I got to go.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Mom is strong. Mom is strong. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, what's one of the signs that your knees are giving out? Is it when you get down and you hear the cracking?
No. It's
okay,
when
thank God, because I've been hearing that for a long time.
When you're sitting down, you just can't get up.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
No, seriously. When I go down, I hear this crack.
Well, quite honestly, the cracking generally has something to do with the cartilage. And cartilage, as you get older, starts breaking down and becoming more brittle anyway, because the cartilage is basically there as shock absorber.
Okay.
So when you're young, you're spry, you're hopping around and whatnot.
I'm almost 40, so there you go.
Yeah, but as you get older, and I've had 2 knee surgeries where I've had torn meniscus. And so they've shaved some of that out of there, and you don't really grow new cartilage, because there's not a lot of blood flow there.
So then supplements or something you have to
Supplements
take to
help,
regain.
so they say. Zija works really well. Zija, Z-I-J-A. Got all these wonderful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. That's the main thing.
Yes, right.
Because when you start having those kinds of pains, it's generally because you're getting some kind of arthritis and stuff in there as well. And arthritis a lot of times is inflammation.
Yeah.
And inflammation can be a killer.
Yes.
And we all start getting inflammation as we're getting older.
A huge component to disease, actually.
Absolutely.
Right? The organs and stuff.
Absolutely. Now, there are other parts of your diet and everything that
contribute to it.
Can contribute to that. I'm not a doctor. I play one on TV and on the radio. I mean, listen to my voice.
Right,
I sound like I could be a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Or a lawyer or something else, or a Grammy Award-winning musician.
Did you ever take up acting?
I did not.
No.
I act in real life.
Yeah.
Come on, John.
Well, that's the natural. I mean, that's usually when people become natural actors.
Is that
right?
what it is?
Yeah.
So do you think at my age right now that I could, I could go out there and audition some stuff and get some roles? Come on, John.
Why not?
Why not?
Sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit. I can learn how to play the piano.
Yeah,
huh?
right.
I can be an actor.
Right.
You know what's
then
funny?
You'll be a piano man.
A piano man
and a
actor.
show.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
There
I'm
you
loving
go.
it. Then I'll go to Vegas.
There
and have
you go.
I'll be the 52-year-old fit at 52 piano man.
Yeah.
Man, all about me.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds very narcissistic. That sounds like me too, to a certain degree. I didn't say that. John was actually channeling that
Yeah,
through me.
Right. Well, Lane says more the cartilage is gone and the bone is scraping on bone, then it's knee replacement time. So she's agreeing with us on that.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. That sounded really horrible.
Now, Osmond's switching gears. He wants to go back to b-ball. He wants to know which member of the Take Six can really play ball, other than you, I'm sure.
Other than me. It better be other than me. I mean, how you going to have that question?
I added that on there, other than you. Yeah.
Well, Dave and Alvin don't play a lot anymore, but they were both really good ball players, back in the day. They're getting to that, old man status now as well.
Now, Christian's the youngest one?
Christian's the youngest one.
Is he a b-ball player?
Not so much a b-ball player. He can shoot a little bit. But again, I mean, these guys have all picked up golf and whatnot.
Yeah,
They're really great golfers and stuff. That's a game that I can't get it into my brain or my body yet.
What about video games, golf video games?
No.
Okay. Video games at all?
I don't play any video games. I think I grew up in a time where I just missed out. I've never played Madden. I've never done any of that stuff. My brother Brian has all these incredible video games, all this stuff that he plays on this big, 150-inch screen.
Yeah.
And I'll just look at it like it's Latin, man. I'm like, what is this? And it looks like fun.
Tony's really into video games too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
to blow off stress.
Right.
And working out. He works out a lot too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do that. Maybe that should be the subject of one of the shows where I talk about the age division as far as like video games and social media and all of these kinds of things. Because I've just never really gotten into video games at all. At all, man. I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Someone else doing
watching it.
Let me tell you what I'm going to do in the coming weeks. I think this coming Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to go surfing for the first time.
Oh, wow.
I
okay.
am, man.
Very cool.
I have a friend who's an instructor who invited me out, and it's going to be hilarious, man.
All right.
I tried water skiing once. We were in Switzerland. So I can at least say that I tried it in Lake Geneva. That sounds kind of cool, but I drank most of that lake, man. I'm one of those people that I just couldn't let go. You fall and you think that I'm going to get up. The next thing you know, you're belching up water from the lake.
Wow. So
I'm going to try surfing. I'm going to have cameras out there, and whatever happens, we're going to have that as a segment on the show, and it's going to be fun. I'm telling you now, even if I'm beat up later, we may post the before and after interview with myself. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll interview myself.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Nicole wants to know, are there any games other than b-ball that Claude likes to play?
Yeah. I grew up playing football as well. I was a wide receiver. It's funny because Brian was talking about this to somebody the other day. I quit in high school because I was really, really skinny.
Oh,
I'm almost 6'3", but in high school I was about 165 pounds. So I was a wisp.
You need a lot of the padding.
Yeah. So I got hit one time. I was like, that's it. I'm done. So I played football. In my house growing up, my father is an incredible baseball player. So that's the first game he taught all of us to play. So I played first base. And haven't played baseball in many years, but I loved playing that. We played hockey growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played goalie of all things.
What about foosball?
I did play foosball.
Did you see human foosball? They actually do that.
No.
Yeah, they set it up where everyone is like lined up on a rod.
Get out of here.
And they throw a ball into it, and they play human foosball.
And you can only stay in your area?
Yeah, you can only stay in your area, but you can move left to right. And they throw a real ball in, and you just sort of,
I'm sure this is on YouTube
It
somewhere,
is.
right?
It is.
Oh, I'm
it
gonna
is.
check
And
it
then
out.
there's a really cool game called Bubble Soccer, where everybody wears this big bubble and they play soccer. So
What's
they're
the big
bouncing
bubble
off
for?
of each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you like run into each other and you bounce off of
People
one another.
have too much time,
It's
man.
really cool, though.
What is this about?
They look on YouTube about it. Yeah, and they actually have leagues set up for it.
Bubble soccer leagues. Huh.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm going to really look that up.
But hey, you get the protection. I mean, I think you have to wear the knee protection and the shin protection, but you've got the bubble all over you. And I think it would be a lot of fun. It looks a lot of fun.
So,
on the video.
okay. So wait a minute. Then the bubble must only be on your top half because obviously you need your legs to kick and to run.
Right. Right, exactly. You do. Yeah, you're wearing the bubble in the top half, and you run into people, and then just bounce off one another.
into people.
It's really cool. Yeah. Your mother plays video games, apparently.
What?
Yeah, she
Mom,
says.
what's going on?
She says, yep. She says that she plays video games
Is she mentioning what video games she plays?
all the time. She says she plays video games, so I don't know. She's not saying. But Osmond's saying, let's see, who was, I think Osmond's saying he played Mortal Kombat on his Sega Genesis back in the day.
Sega Genesis.
And George loves various racing games, which I love. I like playing racing games.
Okay,
Buggy
okay.
racing and stuff like that.
Now, when you do that, do you have like all the gear, the steering wheel, all of that kind of stuff?
No, because I actually play it on my phone a lot of the times.
Oh,
so
so that's
just,
fun?
You tilt to the right, to the left, and it turns.
Oh,
yeah.
come on,
No, it's pretty cool.
man.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
But that's not like real driving.
No, it's not.
Come
but
on,
you know,
John.
I know. Well,
See, for me, my video games are real life.
there you go.
Let me say that
Real
life. Yeah, come on, man. Get into a Lamborghini for real and
There you go.
drive it at 170, 175. That's a video game.
Mm-hmm.
So I challenge anyone. Well, no, I shouldn't
Melinda
do
should
that.
play that one.
Yeah, she should. Driving Miss Melinda at 25 miles an hour.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And some dancing video games Nicole's saying. She says that her daughter tried to get her to play this dance
I
video
did
games.
try with Issa. I want to say this was last Christmas.
Like Dance Dance Revolution?
One of those.
With the mat and all
man,
of that?
Yeah.
Or with the sensor?
No, it was the sensor.
The sensor, yeah.
Man, that was like doing cardio.
Yeah. No, they
Worn
work you.
out.
They work you. They totally do.
It was fun, and then unbeknownst to me, she videotaped me. It was terrible, and I'm gonna have to make sure that never surfaces.
I was gonna say she's gonna hold it for a special time.
Yeah, I'm having to be really nice to her for a
wow.
long time now.
That's funny.
Let me throw something out there. In the past week, I've seen a bunch of movies.
Okay.
Let me see. Past week and a half or so, I saw The Equalizer. I saw Gone Girl. I saw The Judge. I've seen Dear White People, and I've seen Birdman. All incredible movies, all for different reasons, and I posted a little bit about each one of them. I will say this. Have you heard of Birdman? With Michael Keaton?
I've heard of the title. I don't know what it's about.
Go see it.
Oh, really?
Incredible movie.
What's
and
that
I'm
about?
saying it. Well, it's basically about a washed-up actor who was a huge deal back in the day, playing a superhero character.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's almost kind of parallels his own life in that. I'm not saying he's washed up now, but I'm
No,
saying,
right.
he played Batman. He was the
superhero,
first
yeah.
Batman, and so now he writes and directs and stars in this Broadway play,
Oh.
and it's kind of
Why they call it Birdman?
because his
He
character was
a
called
bird?
Birdman.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so it's one of those movies where he's finding himself and is showing a whole lot of the industry itself and life, the insecurities and, do I still have it and who am I and all of that kind
And
of
how
stuff.
things change technology-wise.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I'm saying it here, he's going to have an Oscar nom.
Wow.
Absolutely. Incredible, amazing performance. So that's kind of my review without, doing any spoilers
Yes,
or whatever like that.
right,
And then
yeah.
obviously, I love The Judge because I really dig Robert Downey Jr.
I do too.
and Robert Duvall. Robert Duvall is one of my favorite actors of all time. From back the movie they did, The Apostle, and obviously back in the Godfather days and whatnot.
Yeah.
Really, really incredible. And then Denzel from The Equalizer. So
Yeah.
some really great movies out right now. So I'm going to be my own Siskel and Ebert and
There
all
you
of
go.
that and say, go see all of these movies. You heard it here. Oh, I didn't even speak about Dear White People.
Yeah, what
I'm
about
gonna have
that?
to give a whole
Yeah.
synopsis on that. It's basically it's being billed as a comedy. But it's a very dark comedy. And to me, it wasn't a comedy really at all. It was kind of a very serious movie about racism, prejudice, preconceived notions and
Okay.
whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's on a college campus.
Okay.
It follows the lives of 4 African Americans who are at this Ivy League school, and their views on white people in general, and white people's views, all throughout the movie. So much of it to me wasn't just about college or about universities. It was about how we all see each other daily.
Okay.
And it was interesting because I went to the movie and met like 9 other people who were going to see this movie. I only knew one of them. So we kind of talked about it afterwards, and everybody had wildly different views on what they thought the movie was about.
I bet.
And so that was more interesting to me
Yeah.
than even the movie itself,
Okay.
because that's how life really is. You view it from your lens.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And depending on how you were raised, or what it is you use as your barometer on what you think somebody is, or whatever, ethnicity wise, sexual orientation, all manner of stuff. We all have preconceived notions to
for
a
sure.
certain extent.
Yeah.
And how that manifests itself in how you deal with those people is what's important.
Yeah, definitely. I think also your upbringing, where you're born and raised, a lot of that. Because I know that growing up small town in Ohio and then moving to LA, mind blown.
Yeah, absolutely.
More
absolutely.
open-minded and major.
So I would say to more people, go see that movie,
Mm-hmm.
Dear White People. It's very cool. It's one of the main characters. I think this is why people think it's a comedy. Is the young man who was the star in the TV series Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't remember his name, but just his look and his mannerisms and stuff would suggest that it's a comedy.
Okay.
And his character has a lot of comedic elements in this movie, but there's so much going on layer-wise that I was mesmerized. I was like, oh man, they're hitting on a little bit of everything in this. So go see it.
That's good though.
And I'm going to challenge all the people in the chat room, go see that movie, and then let's talk about it, because I would love to see from a social perspective what everybody thought about it.
Yeah.
So that'll be one of the
Are
things.
you watching Blackish at all?
I haven't watched it at all.
Oh, okay. On ABC.
But
yeah.
I have seen a lot of the comments and responses about it. So I wanted to kind of give it a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I see what I think about it.
I think it gets better as you progress into
So
the
you've seen
season.
it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it,
Well, don't
yeah.
tell me anything
I won't,
about it.
I won't say anything.
I know some of the principal characters
Yeah.
in it, and I would love, I'm going to sit down and check it out and see where we are in 2014 as far as the themes that they're tackling.
Yeah. Now we
So-
do have a couple questions, and
Okay.
we'll try to get to them. Let me see. E. Norwood 2 is saying, "What up, C-Mac? Finally get to be part of your show. I
Hey,
love
hey.
the chat with Fred.
Mhm.
How are things going with the Take 6 remake and your own new project?"
Oh, well, the Take 6 remake, I keep saying this is like a broken record. We just haven't finished it. And what I mean by that is there's a couple of lead vocals that still have to be done, and we just have to hunker down and do it. That's all it really is. We just need to finish those lead vocals, mix the album, and then release it. I don't know that we know completely how we're going to do the release. If it's going to be primarily a digital thing, I know we'll probably do some hard copies, because we have the kind of fans that I think want to have something to hold.
Yeah.
So I know we're going to do that. And my solo record, I'm just writing stuff,
Okay.
because I'm still trying to figure out day in, day out who I really am musically. Because I love everything, but it doesn't mean that I do everything authentically, wonderfully well. Whatever that means.
Work in progress, right?
Work in progress. That's you know what? That's the short answer, right?
Yeah.
I should have just
Should be
said
a song called Work in Progress.
Dude, that's the name of the
There
CD.
you go. There you go.
Claude McKnight, Work in Progress.
There you go. Now, Osmond's saying, in working on the new version of the debut album, which song did Claude enjoy redoing most and why?
For me, a couple of songs. Probably A Quiet Place,
Mm-hmm.
because that's one of my favorite songs that we've ever done. And it was kind of cool that I can still hit those notes. Also, Gold Mine, because that was one of the songs I wrote with Merv. And we hadn't done that song in many years, so we had to kind of relearn it to sing it for the record. So there was that, just kind of that tingly feeling where you're singing something that is so old and so special to you, and it's almost brand new. So those two songs are really special in that
All
sense.
right.
So I think we're about to
We're
wrap
almost
this
there.
up, huh?
Yeah, I was just asking, making sure I got to everyone's questions. I didn't want to skip any.
Mom,
so-
have any more questions? No, Mom. No.
She's been just making comments.
Is she making
Yeah,
comments?
she's just been. She plays.
She's
I
talking
never
about more video games?
No, she's saying she plays Scrabble and Mahjong.
Oh.
Mahjong.
Yeah. But
every day.
as far as Scrabble is concerned, my mom might as well be a professional. Now, she also cheats.
And pool.
Mom doesn't play pool.
Don't forget the family pool table tournament. She
Come
says,
on.
laughing out loud.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm going to give her props on Scrabble, because she's good. Every Christmas, she runs the court on that. So she's really good. My mom's a great speller and great in English in general.
All that reading.
But all that reading. But like I said, she cheats too.
Mm.
You know, and
Competitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So she's a good card player. You know, bluffing.
Oh, okay. I bet she's got a good poker face.
Oh, absolutely,
I
man.
can see that.
Oh,
I can see that.
Yeah. Because my mom and dad used to play rook, which is kind of a form of rummy and poker and whatnot. And
That's gin rummy?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard
yeah.
about that.
So it's very, very cool. So we're at 4 minutes until the hour. I think we've kind of used up our time here. We've had a wonderful time. We had the Fred Hammond interview, had some great questions and comments from you guys in the chat room. I'm going to bring my keyboard next week, Osmond. I'm going to play some chords because that's what I do. I'm a piano player fit at 52.
There you go.
All right. So we've had a wonderful time. You've been hanging out with Claude McKnight. Signing off now, y'all. Take care.
All right.
getting to the point where I can be myself again. It's getting to the point where we have almost made amends. I think it's the getting to the point that is the hardest part. If you call